Hi, it's Ashley Cheka, and today I am going over Ship.com, a 2022 update for you so I can show you some of the new and exciting features that they have available to small business owners. I know you guys are going to be excited, so let's get started. Okay, so we have to start off by going over each of the different plans and kind of what they include. The really nice thing with Ship.com is you can use a lot of the features even on the free plan. So obviously with the paid plans, you are going to get bigger, better benefits, and there will be less transaction fees and whatnot. So we're gonna just kind of walk through it really quickly. So first of all, on this page, you can see the monthly billing and the yearly billing. I'm gonna go with yearly billing. I don't know about you guys, but I always do yearly billing because it's cheaper. So we're gonna go through as yearly billing, but just know you can see it here as monthly. So there's a starter, which is the free plan, the growth plan, and then the executive plan. Obviously, the executive plan is going to be the most bang for your buck. You're going to get a lot of those features and the transaction fees are less. So the cool thing is one of the features that they have is live selling, which I will do a completely separate video. I'm gonna show you a tab that they have in there, but we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of that in a separate video here soon. So you do have access to the live selling even on the free plan, which I think is amazing. So you have that, you can see the differences here. Then with the actual shipping with Ship.com, you get 20 shipments on the free plan, and then you can pay an additional $10 to get 80 other. So it's gonna depend on how much you're actually shipping with your business. So the middle plan, the 500 shipments, you can pay $10 per additional 100 shipments. So I think here's where you're gonna weigh how much are you actually shipping, right? So the nice thing though is with the paid plans, you're getting a discounted rate for USPS, which I'm getting ahead of myself, but they have UPS now, which is really cool. So then you can do, the difference mainly is that you can have custom messages on your label, batch purchasing, and you can select pickup service with the different plans. Then you go down, and if you are doing invoicing, so Ship.com is really like cohesive. Now you can invoice directly through here if you want to keep it all in one place. I do most of my invoicing directly through Square. Well, that is where I do my invoicing, but you can do it through Ship.com if you want to keep it all in one place. So you can see the different transaction fees here. Again, same thing. You have the ability to do it even on the free plan, but here's where you would see the differences in the transaction costs. And then the cool thing with the paid plans is that you get a little bit more customer like email follow-up, rewards program, and different things like that in being able to touch base with your clients and making this more like a CRM and keeping all of that in one place again, which is what most small business owners want. So you're not in like 10 different software programs, right? Then you can see the support that you get depending on the plan. That's kind of like the basics, I would say. So like I mentioned, you can get each of the features in each plan, even the free. It's just gonna depend on where you're starting in your business, which is great, and you can always upgrade when you need to. Okay, so let's get into the actual interface of Ship.com and some of the changes that they have made since my last video. I will link that video here because I'm not gonna go over the nitty gritty on like exactly buying labels and walking through each of those steps, because a lot of those things are the same, but the interface is different, and like I said, there's new features. So let's walk through some of those. So first of all, you can click this little arrow to expand or hide the sidebar. So I'm just gonna leave it closed, but we're going to discuss some really cool things on this home tab. So on the home tab, the first thing you can see here is the live selling feature. And as I already mentioned, I'm going to do a more in-depth video on that, but that is so cool. That is where you can basically have a live sale on Facebook and have trigger words, and it will pull and help you kind of like create invoicing for your clients. This is going to be great for small business owners. Boutiques is what comes to mind, but you can do this for literally any business. I know I'm in makeup and skincare. This would be fantastic for doing like a special event or a live sale. They have said that they're doing or have coming down the line live posts where you can do the same thing. You can have a trigger word on a post and then have it help pull things in. So you can get to all that here. It's going to pull you to the live selling tab, which also pulls you the same over here. But then when you have your saved shows, they will show up over here on the right on the home screen. Again, we will go more in depth into that in the future, in a future video, but this makes me really nerdy how excited I am for this button. But if you have ever needed to know how much something was going to cost, or maybe like to ship, and maybe a client was like, I really need to know like how much 2-day shipping is going to be, or can I pay for upgraded shipping? Y'all, you can click this ship quote button without having to create an invoice and go through the whole gyration of all of that. You can see how much it's going to cost. So you can click to get a quote. You can get a quote through UPS or USPS, which is also really cool. I know that is a really nice feature to have the option for UPS directly in here. So you can pull up right here by a customer. So if you know a customer, they're the ones that are wanting the quote, you can pull them up and it will pull in, if you have them saved, with their address where their zip code is. So then it's giving me all my quotes. Same thing, you know, depending on how you want to ship it, flat rate priority box, first class shipping, priority flat rate boxes, or if you have like, let's put this in because then I can show you on UPS. So we're going to put 2 pounds, and I have this other package size, and these are the dimensions of it. It's saying over here on USPS, it will cost me $11.76, but now I can go over and get a quote from UPS. So I can see it's still pulling in her address, but just to be sure, we'll click her again. And then it has my dimensions over here for my package that's pulling from the USPS side. And now I have quotes for UPS. So it's really nice. It's all in one. I don't know. I'm nerding out to this because it just makes your life so much easier having the quote right there, especially if you're wanting to add that shipping charge to an invoice. You don't want to have to send an invoice and then send another one for updated shipping. So very nice to have. Also, this screen is kind of giving you an overview of what you have outstanding for invoices. And this is pulling from, like I said, I ship mostly, or I invoice through Square, but if you invoice through ship.com, you're gonna see both combined here under invoices. And then your live selling, like what you have ready to be shipped out. I currently don't have anything sitting ready to be shipped, or label purchased or anything like that. So that's kind of an overview of this. You can do quick ship, which is going to pull up where you can add, these buttons do a lot of the same things as the sidebar buttons, but I'll show you really quick. So you can quick add a client here and then do the shipping, and then it opens up the shipping page for you. And then the same thing, you can create an invoice if you're invoicing directly through ship.com. You can send it from here or create an order. Okay, so the next button is the live selling button. And again, I'm going to touch on this in a future video, so I'm not gonna say much more about this in this video, but just know this is where you would access everything and a lot more to come. So stay tuned for that. All right, the next is the payments button. So this is going to pull up any outstanding invoices that you have directly with ship.com. So I went ahead and created one. This is my husband, and it's sitting out pending because obviously he's not really buying anything from me, but I wanted to be able to show you where you could see if you had invoices outstanding through ship.com, and then you would see your payouts here as well. So these tabs also up here, the shipping sales, end of year, they open up additional tabs down here. So I'm just gonna go walk through this so you can see it, but just know you are able to access it here as well. So the interface has been updated, and it's nice because everything's kind of interconnected and makes it just your life easier. And where you need to be clicking on things, like when you're working in your small business, they're there and available to you easily. So this is the orders tab. And again, I've walked through creating here orders. You can create a package order or invoice directly from this screen as well. So again, it just makes your life easier. It's here. You can search for your orders, request a USPS pickup, batch purchase, and get the quote directly right here on this screen. So this is gonna be like your mega shipping station. So if you want to reference the older video, I kind of walk through this a little bit more in depth, but just know here you're gonna see, so like I have a client order here that's outstanding and her tracking has already been sent to her, and it's just waiting for USPS to pick it up and put it in their system. Then we have, this is a Square invoice. I did a Square invoice to my husband and one directly through ship.com, so you could see the difference here because this was something I didn't show in my last video. So here you can see that I have an outstanding, and I did it for 2 different product amounts, but you can click in to get more information on the actual invoice, what was being sent, the products, and all of that. You can view the invoice directly from here, but the same thing. So that one was through Ship and this one is through Square. So you get a little bit less information here, but it will pull in from Square, like I mentioned in my previous video, because I have it set up. So once if he paid his invoice, it's gonna pull all that information over for me so that I have it and it's very easy to create a label. For your customer tab, this doesn't have a whole lot of changes to it as well. You can export all your customers if you need it for anything, easily add a customer, see their birthdays, send an email. So a lot of this hasn't changed since my last video, but just know it's right here on this tab. Same thing for the rewards program. If you are opting in with that, if you're in one of their paid plans and you are getting rewards, you can set this up however you would like. I personally have a different rewards program, like separate, that I just keep track of because it's easier for me. But this will keep track, and it worked beautifully when I used it. However, it just depends on what type of business. So if you do like a punch card system, this is gonna be fantastic for your business, especially like if you're in the boutique business and like say they purchase X amount of dollars, you can change this up to what you want it to be, what you want the reward to be, whether it's like a future discount or they get like 5 off $100. You can kind of customize this, but this will keep track of it if you are running everything through here. All right, so the next tab over here is the marketing tab, and this one I don't believe was in the previous video. I don't remember this being a thing, but you can do your email marketing directly through here, which is really nice. Again, it's like a one-stop shop for small businesses that you can get everything that you need. So here you can do one-off emails or ongoing emails. So your ongoing emails are going to be like your ad campaigns, or things that you want to be sent like recurring. So like your tracking emails, that's something that you want to be going out. Obviously, each time you have a package sent, you want your clients to get that tracking number. So that is something that's in here, and you can set up the schedule and change it for how often or how fast it sends or how long after it sends. So all of that can be accessed here, but again, the one-off emails you can do to say maybe any special promotions that you have going on, or any tips and tricks you want to share with your clients, or just life updates or whatever you do in your business. But you can select in here exactly like who you want it to be going to. So your subject, body, same thing you would do in other email providers. You can send test emails, and then you'll have all of your clients down here, and you can go ahead and select people that maybe haven't purchased a product, that they have purchased products, but maybe they haven't purchased anything yet. So it pulls up all those clients for you, that it's pulling that information from that customer tab. So kind of a nice feature to have, especially if you're trying to reactivate clients that maybe haven't been purchasing regularly, or they haven't been purchasing, I don't know, the last 30 days, 120 days, whatever it is for your business. This is a great way to touch base with those specific clients. Then you can schedule the email, and you can send a test email so that you can see what it says and how it looks before you send it out to your clients. So again, I don't remember that being a feature in the past, but this is a really cool feature to have and have access to for your clients, and that it's able to pull that information, that data, saying when the last time they purchased from you it was. So the last tab that I'm gonna kind of walk through quickly is the ambassador program. And this is that referral program that if you wanna use my code, I'll put it below in the description, but this one is you can actually earn shipping credits and commissions off people that sign up with your link for the first year. You earn a 10% commission, and you can read more of the terms and conditions on that directly here on this page. But it is a nice feature to have because I know I use mine towards shipping credits, and I am able to pay for some of my business shipping costs because we all know that's very expensive these days, but at least you're getting a discounted rate with ship.com. So it's just a nice extra bonus feature for sharing with other small business owners. And then I also did not talk about the reports tab. So this is also a nice feature. I lied. I do have one more thing to talk about. The reports tab, it shows you here all of your shipping spending. You can see your sales information and you can change it by monthly, yearly, daily. And then your end of year report. So this is great because when you're going to do your tax information, especially if you have it all like pulling through ship.com, you have that data right there. So if you're using ship.com to invoice and Square to invoice, it's all like feeding to the same spot. So you're getting all that information and that data very easily, and not having to pull from 10 different spots. So I don't know if anybody else loves tax time, former CPA here. Whew, some of the information, but that I would get. This is gonna make your life just easier. As you can see, there have been some really cool updates with ship.com, and there's some really exciting things coming down the pipeline after speaking with somebody directly at the company. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you stay up to date on the newest ship.com features. Otherwise, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below as I'm happy to answer them, and I'll see you in the next video.